What's up, everybody? Thanks again for joining me on the next episode of In the Pink. And if you are not familiar with what that term means, that is a term coined way back in the 1500s, before pink was even a color. And it had to do with wishing someone optimum health and happiness. So today we are going to talk about gut health, and we're filling in that blank with brain fog. But as always, I'm always gonna start out with the what we know. So my first what we know that brain fog is characterized by a number of symptoms. So things such as slow thinking, forgetfulness, inability to focus, poor mental stamina, a decreased clarity, and all this is a type of cognitive dysfunction. So basically mental fatigue. And my second what we know that brain fog is not really a standalone medical condition. Rather, it's a symptom of other health problems going on. So some other things that are generally related to brain fog: IBS, chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, all types of autoimmune ailments, thyroid disorder, SIBO, and the list goes on and on. And did you notice I never once mentioned old age? Even though, yes, that can be a cause of brain fog, there was so much more going on in that picture. And my last what we also know that in many cases, gut health is the root of brain fog, among so many other symptoms. And we know that digestive health plays such an integral role in everything to do with our overall health. So when we get imbalances going on in there, it's going to cause problems with our immune system. It's going to cause problems with inflammation in other parts of your body other than just your gut. So yes, poor gut health can lead to brain inflammation, and that in turn is going to lead into mental fatigue, haziness, and even memory issues. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to the gut's role in all of this. How does our gut play a role in having brain fog? Okay, so let's back it up and let's just cover some symptoms of brain fog once again. So difficulty focusing, what I would call getting in the zone to the task at hand, and poor mental clarity, being fuzzy, being hazy, just an overall feeling of being uncoordinated or forgetful, or even slowed speech. These would all be symptoms of this mental fatigue. And these symptoms can have profound consequences when it comes to us making decisions, even on a daily basis. And when we leave this brain inflammation unchecked, it can go on to have some serious issues, and even setting the stage for Alzheimer's and other issues that all are related to cognitive decline. All right, let's move on. We've kind of developed this groundwork being laid that yes, gut health is a significant part in how your brain functions. This gut-brain axis is a real thing. And of course, when we have an impaired digestive system, we're gonna get what we would call digestive symptoms, right? So things like constipation, diarrhea, upset tummy, excess gas, excess bloating. But that is not all that can happen when we have an unbalanced gut. There are some common digestive ailments that are closely linked to having this brain fog: celiac disease, Crohn's disease, SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, or even having a leaky gut when you get pinprick holes in the gut lining. And this is going to allow for toxins and undigested food particles to leak out into your system. Again, playing a role in autoimmune issues and obviously in this inflammation. Even things like irritable bowel syndrome, inflammatory bowel disorder, and ulcerative colitis. All of these so-called GI issues are closely associated with the symptom of brain fog. The next thing, diet and sleep are also going to impact this brain fog. Think of it this way. If you have an unhealthy, weedy garden growing in your gut and you're continuing to feed it weed food, then you are going to continue to have an overgrowth of weedy garden. Does that make sense? And having this unhealthy gut overgrown with fungus and bacteria that should not be populating in there causes these symptoms. And the sleep piece of it. Well, fatigue is part of this brain fog, and if you're not getting appropriate, restful sleep, this is just gonna compound on that effect. Because we all know that not having the appropriate amount of sleep reduces our mental clarity for sure, makes us feel sluggish, makes us feel tired, and makes us cranky. But something that you may not know, if we have long-term sleep deprivation, this insufficient sleep is gonna cause gastrointestinal permeability, leaky gut, which again triggers our immune system and triggers our inflammatory response. It's a recipe for disaster. All right, let's move on to some healthy habits. What are some things we can do on a daily basis to help keep brain fog and other symptoms of gut dysbiosis in check? Well, you know, I'm always gonna start with diet. This is a good place to start on improving our gut health. And there are diets out there specific for this reason. So we can look at these FODMAP diets, which I won't get into. We can look at low histamine diets. We can look at paleo diets, whole food diets, elimination diets. There are many avenues for this specific issue that you can research and incorporate if you choose to. However, I am always going to be on the train of getting proper probiotics and proper prebiotics into your diet. So probiotic foods, foods that are going to populate our gut with good gut bacteria. And we think of fermented foods in these instances. And prebiotic foods, prebiotic fibers to feed our probiotics. So yes, both are really important, and supplementing with prebiotics and probiotics is also important because our food sources are just not as nutrient dense as they have been in generations ago. And supplements are just that. They are meant to supplement our diets. It is not a pass for you eating garbage. It is not a pass for you to be going through and having a pre-dinner Whopper. Okay, the next thing, some lifestyle changes. So we've kind of already covered this. Sleep, make it a priority. You need to have restful, intentional sleep. And on the flip side of this, you also need to have regular and intentional exercise, moving your body. It is not only good for the symptom we're talking about of the brain fog, but it is gonna release endorphins in your system that is gonna just put you in a better mood. And managing stress. Again, easier said than done, I get it. But stress has to do with our adrenal profile, and our adrenals are very critical in everything that we're talking about health-wise. All right, it's time to talk plexus. Let's talk about how plexus can play a role in helping with the symptom of brain fog. So first and foremost, I'm always gonna pitch our TRIPLEX system. It is our cornerstone gut health package for a reason. First ingredient in there, our slim pink drink. This is chock full of prebiotic fibers to feed our probiotics. It's also going to help with cellular inflammation, and it helps stabilize blood sugars. It's a huge, huge deal. The next thing in that triplex is the ProBio 5, our premium probiotic blend with 5 different probiotics along with an enzyme blend in there that is going to get in there and break up this yuck we keep talking about, this overgrowth of fungus and bacteria that we do not want housed in our gut. And the third thing, BioCleanse, our oxygenated magnesium supplement, also paired with vitamin C and some sodium bicarbonate. It gets in there and gives you a gentle daily cleanse, moving that yuck out of our system. And this all has to do with our gut picture getting healthy. All right, the next thing, VITALBIOME. I'm gonna say it every week. The VITALBIOME is another probiotic, but it's got 8 different strains of probiotics other than the ProBio 5. So it gives us diversity. All right, the next thing that's gonna be specific for what we're talking about this week, Edge. Edge is the product developed by Plexus that is going to help you get in the zone. It helps with mental clarity, with focus. It is not going to get you to pass that test. You're still going to have to study, but it is going to keep your mind in the game. And then a couple other things that I think are more of a secondary effect. The METABURN. The METABURN is meant to be a fat burner and metabolism booster. But personally speaking, I get mojo from the MetaBurn. I love it for that reason, and it gives me what I need to get my mind in the game every day. And the last and final thing, Active, developed to be our energy drink, our clean sourced energy drink. But again, I noticed some brain clarity when I use the Active. I love it for that purpose. All right, you guys, that's all I have for you this week. Thanks for hanging with me till the very end. And if you are new to this Plexus Train and you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm gonna list in that description box below my link. Get on there, nose around, ask me some questions. Curiosity will get you on this train every time. I'm also gonna list our current playlist right up here. If it's something that you're enjoying, you can binge watch a couple more. And you might just want to join me here again next week, because what happens in the gut does not stay in the gut. It affects everything, which is going to lead into many more episodes of In the Pink.